It's your first time in the UK? All right. Good that I'm here now. I guess you have seen London enough for now. You've seen the Queen's Palace, Big Ben, London Eye, and so much more. Today I will take you on a virtual journey across the south. We will visit some amazing places. You might even recognize one or two from movies. Most of these will probably be settings from Harry Potter. Oh well, they are very famous films, and most of them were filmed in the UK. Besides that, I talk about the history of the places and tell you the legends I was told when I visited the first time. The taxi's waiting. Let our journey begin. First stop, Stonehenge. A very mysterious place, especially as there is no written record of it ever being built. However, scientists recovered that the circle must be over 5,000 years old. That is very old indeed. There are some tales and theories of how the stones came to be. According to folklore, Stonehenge was created by Merlin, the wizard of Arthurian legend, who magically transported the massive stones from Ireland, where giants had assembled them. Another legend says invading Danes put the stones up, and another theory says they were the ruins of a Roman temple. Modern-day interpretations are even funnier. Some argue that the stone is a spacecraft landing area for aliens, and even more say it's a giant fertility symbol in the shape of a female genitalia. Honestly, I don't see that. Do you? We move on to another stone circle. To Avebury. As you might have noticed, you cannot see all the stones there once were. However, here are two different drawings of how people of the 19th and 20th century believed how this site must have looked like. And did you know the circle is about the same age as Stonehenge? It was built up by someone of the New Stone Age, meaning this place is almost 3,000 years older than baby Jesus. The church of the late medieval time made the people of the village believe that the stones possess people because it is haunted, so they destroyed them in the name of God until this stone here crushed a man to death. The stone is now known as the barber's stone because when the archaeologists found these bones, they discovered some scissors with the corpse, which indicates that the man must have been either a barber or a surgeon. Next stop, Lakecock Abbey. Or you could just say Hogwarts, part of it anyway. From the 13th until the 16th century, this abbey was a nunnery founded by Ella, the Countess of Salisbury. After King Henry VIII banned all the monasteries and nunneries, Lakecock Abbey was sold to Sir William Sherrington, who converted the convent into a residence where he and his family lived. This cauldron was originally used to heat the room. However, in Harry Potter, they use it in the first movie in Defense Against the Dark Arts, in Professor Quirrell's classroom. This is the garden you can see multiple times during the films. Nevertheless, we are on our way again. Bye-bye Hogwarts and hello Bath, a town which is known for its Roman baths. You can't take a swim in this hot spring today anymore. It's too many bacteria in there. But if you walk close enough, or you just hold your hand above the water, you can feel its warmth. It's quite astonishing, isn't it? They also have a freezing cold tub, in where the Romans had a bath after they were in the sauna. You heard me right. They had something like a sauna. They also had floor heating. They were very advanced for their time. And nowadays, we just throw some coins in the cold tub for good luck. Whatever, let's go to Cardiff. Cardiff is in Wales, and as you can see on their flag, Wales is known for the red dragon. It won't matter in which store you go. You will find something with a dragon on it. They love the dragon. Now I want to show you Cardiff Castle, the heart of the city. You can walk around the castle wall, either on top of the wall or inside it. Inside you'll find a lot of things from the Second World War. During the war, 1,800 people found refuge in the castle. Hitler will send no warning, so always carry your gas mask. Save bread and you save lives. Serve potatoes and you serve the country. I've got 9 lives, you haven't. Look out in the blackout. There's danger on the roads. The tower here in the middle was built later than the wall. The wall was built by Romans for military protection in the 3rd century, and the tower is from Roman invaders of the 11th century. Many different noble families lived and died in here, such as the Clares, the Tudors, and the Butes. However, if you go up there today, you won't see much of the housing anymore. If you look at this particular part right here, you can see that the style of the building is different from the tower. That is because this part of the castle was only built in the Victorian era, meaning this is the youngest part of the fort. Psst, I think I heard something. Let's go, before we wake up the Cardiff Castle ghosts. Let's go for a short visit in Chippenham. On the 27th of May this year, there is a massive folks festival, which is a unique event held by volunteers. You can hear traditional music and learn dances from England. Or you can just go shopping, as Chippenham is also named Market Town. Next to the ancient buildings and beautiful parks, they also have big shopping centres. Or you go here, like I would do, and have a look at Harry Potter's parents' house, which is sadly private property. Our next stop will be the town I lived in, Swindon. But I won't show you the town. I show you Lydiard House and Park. Margaret Beecham lived here. She inherited the house and the park from her father, and when she died, her second son Oliver became it all. She was a powerful and wealthy woman, and also the great-grandmother of Henry VIII. Margaret was married twice, but her first husband's family, St. John, lived in the house until 1943. In the medieval time, there also was a deer park. Today, horses live here. They also get moustaches during the winter time. Aren't they just adorable? Not much more to say to my hometown, so we'll move on to Uffington Whitehorse. There are many stories that King Arthur is not dead but lies sleeping, and will one day awake when England is in peril. It is said locally that when Arthur awakes, the Uffington horse will rise up and dance on nearby Dragon Hill. Near to the Uffington horse is a flat-topped hill known as Dragon Hill, and the Uffington horse is sometimes said to represent a dragon, not a horse. There is a story that St. George killed the dragon on Dragon Hill, and a patch of bare chalk on the flat summit is the spot where the dragon's blood fell. Here you can see the borders of Uffington Castle. There is nearly nothing left at all, but in 1850 there was found evidence of a wooden structure along with an Iron Age coin of the Dobbin tribe. And as you can clearly see, the White Horse is right between Dragon Hill and the castle. You can take a nice walk around the not any longer existing wooden castle, past the White Horse, and go on top of the Dragon Hill. Did you know that Uffington White Horse isn't the only one? There are many more, all around Wiltshire, and nowhere else in the UK, with the exception of Uffington, which is in Oxfordshire. You might have seen one of them in the series Vikings or The Last Kingdom. Before we go back to London, we'll have a look around Oxford University. Not only famous people like Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, and J.R.R. Tolkien went to Oxford University, but also Hogwarts students. Here's the original Great Hall. The Oxford University Library is also a special place. The new part of the library is meant for everyone. However, in the original one, you can only go with permission. It is kind of like in Harry Potter with the forbidden section. Obviously, the cast of the Harry Potter movies did get the permission to film in there, with utmost caution. The books in there are extremely old and most of them are chained up. That is because when the library first opened in 1602, books were very rare and expensive. They had to protect their precious books from getting stolen. That was it. Let's go back to London. I hope you enjoyed our ride. Don't worry, the taxi's paid for.